Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I have BRCA1 and I share my story and everything that I go through with my screening and surgeries. Just because I feel like it helps to feel like you're not so alone. So if you're interested in seeing more of that, be sure to subscribe. So today I am doing my biannual breast cancer screening. I did have a mastectomy about 4 years ago, and I've been to various doctors who say various things about screening after mastectomy. Whatever. My light just fell off of the table. Well, we're gonna have no light now. Okay. I personally, again, I don't mind paying the deductible, paying for screening, as long as I know that I'm getting checked. So I really push for screening, even when I've had doctors who have said, I don't recommend screening if you've had a mastectomy. You're fine. I don't want to see you again for another 10 years when it's time to swap your implants or things like that. Again, I have been to doctors like that and I switched doctors. It's just I didn't feel like it was a fit for me. I'm super proactive, and so I switched to a doctor who took me seriously and wanting to still be screened. My risk after mastectomy is that of a BRCA-free humans or BRCA-free females risk, maybe even a little less, but you know, I still have the gene. My mom still had cancer young, so it just gives me a little bit of a peace of mind to get checked every 6 months. I switched doctors. Now, when I switched, I didn't even have to ask. She was like, we do screen BRCA women who have had a mastectomy every 6 months. And I was like, great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear, because that's what I wanted. And so I found the doctor that worked for me, and I go to her PA. I don't see the actual doctor, which is totally fine by me. Again, I am low risk compared to a lot of people that the doctor's actually seeing who have cancer. So I will take a PA if that's what it takes. And usually at these appointments, it's pretty simple. I either get an ultrasound or I just get felt, that kind of physical exam. I am at this appointment though going to potentially see if I can get an MRI because my plastic surgeon originally recommended getting an MRI every 3 years to check my implants and make sure that they don't burst. I believe that that's what the FDA recommends. I'll have to double check that, but I am at the 4-year mark. So I think it's time to get them checked, make sure that nothing's popped or leaking or anything like that. I also have a little spot that's actually near, it's right here. During my surgery, I had a little scab there. So currently it's a little tiny pea sized, hard area. And I'm not sure if that's just scar tissue from that scab that I had after surgery. I'm not sure if it's something else. I had this doctor check it out 6 months ago at my last appointment, and she said, we did an ultrasound, she couldn't see anything. She said it's likely a stitch that is raised from my alloderm. So what they do is they connect my muscle to alloderm, and the implant sits underneath it because I have under the muscle. You can see my mastectomy vlog up here if you want to learn more about what surgery I had and what that experience was like. But she says that she thinks it could be a stitch or something raised that's making a little hard spot, but then also irritating my skin around it, because sometimes I do have redness in that area. Sometimes I have discomfort near that area, and it just gets irritated. So it's not a big issue, but I just want to make sure it's not cancer. So I am going to see if I can get an MRI for those two purposes, just to make sure everything's good. And if not, I'm sure she'll check that spot again. It has not grown. I've been checking it every month. She said to keep doing my self-exams, which if you have BRCA or any gene mutation and you've had a mastectomy, do your self-exams once a month. Feel it on the first, because you can still get breast cancer. I know we did the surgery to prevent it, but it's still possible. I'll be vlogging today, taking it with me to the doctor. I don't know if she'll be comfortable with me filming in the room at all, but I will let you know what she says, and fingers crossed for a clean exam today. Oh, also, one thing that I forgot to mention is that I also get ovarian screening every 6 months. We do a transvaginal ultrasound and CA-125 blood work, and I've had to push for that a little bit. My standard OBGYN was like, none of the tests are really accurate. But what I found was that when I went in and I said, hey, I know that the tests are inaccurate, but I still want to be screened, I still want to pay for it, I would rather catch something and have false positives than not know at all, they took me seriously and they were like, yes, we will get you screening. So that is somewhat covered by my insurance. I still pay like $100 or $125 every appointment there, but yeah, the breast screening is covered by my insurance fully. And yeah, I think it's just a coding. They have to make sure that it's coded as preventative. So yes, if you have BRCA, make sure that you're getting your skin checked at least once a year, that you are getting your ovaries checked likely every 6 months, your CA-125 blood drawn every 6 months. That should be ultrasound for ovaries, and then your breasts checked every 6 months, ultrasound, MRI. If you don't have a mastectomy, they can throw a mammogram in there once you're at a certain age. Mammograms do have radiation, so they don't recommend it super young, but that's generally my screening method there. I'm also potentially getting a colonoscopy, just make sure everything is going smoothly in that area, because there is slight increased risk of like colon and pancreas cancers. I can't recall which one is associated with BRCA1, but just good to know. And that is going to be out of my pocket, unfortunately, because there's no like protocol for screening under the age of 45. But again, find a doctor who will take you seriously and be proactive with you. That's the best advice I can give you. I'll see you at the doctor's appointment or afterwards. All right, I just got out. That went really well. She checked the area again, and she said that she really thinks that it's just a stitch or like something from my mastectomy, but she is going to have me do an MRI just to double check, and also to check my implants, and so that she can get a baseline, because she's a new doctor that I'm working with. I am actually really pleased to be getting the MRI. Like I said, like I really want to be proactive, and this will give me a good baseline for the next few years, just to know what's going on and what's going on with that one spot, just to make sure everything's good. So I will vlog that and share that as well. I really hate needles. Last time I had an MRI, I almost fainted. So this will be fun, but I'm just thankful to have doctors that take me seriously and, you know, are on board and not dismissive of my feelings. She also reminded me to get my ovaries checked, because apparently I missed my last checkup, my last biannual checkup, which was supposed to be in November. So I don't know how I missed that. I will be calling my OBGYN today, my gynecologic oncologist, to set up my screening for ovarian cancer, because I don't want to miss that. That's a really important one. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more. I'll be sharing my journey and trying to post here a lot more often than I have been. Thanks again for coming along today. Bye.